Wow. So this is take three of Tiffany Start Your Podcast. Now, the first time, I don't remember what happened. It's been so long ago. But the second time, I thought I had a fantastic 20 minute 30-minute podcast to edit and take clips from and get some good nutrients. Jumped up from here, went to the kitchen. Oh, let me get my little healthy eating going. I'm trying to live in the principle of healthy eating. So I went in there and got my little chicken stir fry. Oh, let me see how my podcast sound. Child, get in here, press play, and all I see is no, 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 no. Let me hit the button. I must not have had the volume up. Nope. Microphone wasn't connected. So, thus and therefore, we have visual, a visual of my first podcast, but we have no audio to support it. So, thus and therefore, it would be useless. So, take number three. That's what they do in the movies. Perfection is, the art of practicing. Yeah, we're going to get this thing going. So, again, I'm Tiffany Gaines. This is the introduction of my very first podcast, the very first of many of a successful podcast, the Seekers Podcast, where I plan to collect and gather along the way people of like mind and of curious and interested mindset about all things, all topics, all interests of life, mine in particular. The base of my podcast talks, conversations with you will always be from some sort of spiritual perspective. I'm not talking about thumping the Bible because I am still in a very new relationship with the Bible, but just how I evolved spiritually, how I've come to know myself spiritually, how I've come to this place in relationship with God, how I've come to know and love myself in God as a spiritual being, having a human experience, as a gifted creator, um, who is trying to grow, develop, and unfold. Hashtag Michael Bernard Beckwith, grow, develop, and unfold, and give back my gift, give back my talents to the world, the universe. This is my gift, and I'm happy and proud to finally be able to say that I accept my gift as a people sower, as an investor of people. I am so interested in you see my eyes light up. Ooh, they became luminous right then. You saw that luminosity right there when I said my interest is people and how people think, how people evolve, how people some people don't evolve, but how we mostly identify as humans, how we operate as humans, how we move as humans, a lot of times without even tapping into the realization that we are spiritual beings, and how that plays in our life and how it evolves, how it's created our circumstance and our situation as it is today, you know. And so that's kind of my interest. A little bit of background on me. I am a excuse me. I'm a sports fan. Athletes are some of my favorite people. Why are athletes some of my favorite people? I am inspired by them because at a very young age, probably before a lot of them even knew who they were, if they even know who they are spiritually now. But at a very young age, they set an intention to be great and to be excellent and to be the 1% of their thing, whatever it was: football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, tennis, golf, whatever. If you are a equestrian participant, whatever it is. And so the reason I like athletes is not that success isn't derived in other areas, but it's the common, business is a successful businessmen, or businesswoman or business people. That's common, academics is the common way that the world likes to define success. But I, not that it never dawned on me before that athletes are successful, but it just really kind of made clear my eyes that academics doesn't have to be the only way to create a successful life. But it's always the first thing that we try to instill in kids, school and education. But we don't really promote creativity as a means and a rise to success. In this day and age of podcasts, YouTube, and TikToks, there's so many people on TikTok and on YouTube that are so creative, and all these avenues and all these new discoveries are coming through these other means and platforms outside of academics. And it plays into who I am. That's why athletes I love, because it's just a kid from any kind of neighborhood, any kind of background, setting, upbringing, who not through traditional means, beat the odds. And I know sports and athletics is common, but it's just something about, even though it wasn't through a book or through a traditional means, that they said I can, and they did, and it happened. They manifested, they began a manifestation of what their life would be at a very young age. I mean, sometimes you meet athletes who kind of, just haphazardly say, I'm going to try for something in the 10th grade, and then they end up becoming, a prodigy of sorts, and they become successful at it. And maybe it's because I was not, an academic when I was in high school. I realized my curious nature to learn things, really far beyond my high school years. I think was when I decided to go back to college, and I think I was 30 years old. And I realized then that I was interested in learning, but I was just interested in learning a different way. And I was interested in learning different things. I didn't know who I was, so I did a lot of fail and try. Not try and fail, but I did a lot of fail and tried a bunch of things. Failed and tried a bunch of things, and just never really figured out what was purposed for me. And I think that kind of started me on, I went through a period of my life where I didn't think I was good at anything. People always told me I was funny. Always had a bunch of friends, but I never really thought I was good at anything. And I've just gotten to where I'm comfortable with recognizing my gift, and it's sewing into people and helping people figure things out. I think I have a unique skill set to where I can see things quicker, um, give some sort of life analysis on things. Um, Sometimes people don't want to hear what I have to say because I have a tendency to talk a lot, even when you don't want to hear it. I just want you to get it. So I keep talking because I want you to get it. Right. So, but even in all of that, I never really felt my worth. And so I never really put my best foot forward. It was just always something that I just did on the side with my friends. And my friends have always told me, you should be life coach. Why didn't you get into counseling? And even when they said it, it would always kind of make me uncomfortable, because it's like, inside my head, yeah, I knew I had a particular insight, a quicker insight to things, but it just kind of made me uncomfortable. But that was my self-worth. And I'm just really getting to the place where I'm more comfortable with the realization that I have a worth, that I have a gift, and that I'm supposed to share my gift. We all have a gift. We all have a unique thing about us that makes us us. So I had to get away from, well, somebody's already doing that and they're probably better at it, and just accepting the fact that I'm a participant in this thing called life. I'm a participant in something great. I'm a participant, you know, I'm a giver. I have something to contribute, not just go to my job every day and collect a paycheck, but I have something to contribute to life, you know, to the world, to the universe. It's the gift that God gave me. It's the thing that God made me unique. It's the way that God made me a unique human. And so, and I do love this, even if, not even if, because I'm not even putting it out there. I know that this podcast, this platform for me is going to be excellent. It's going to grow. It's going to be a global thing. I'm sowing that. I believe that. I just do. I can't explain it, but we're going to look back on this day and we're going to see, right? But I believe in my gift, and just as much as I want to sow into other people, this is sowing and breathing into my soul. This is really me sowing and breathing into my spirit and being a creative expression. Um, so I'm hoping to collect some people along the way that are learning and growing and trying to figure things out spiritually, the principles of how to live your best life, the principles of trying to live, for me, my best spiritual life. I'm learning the human principles that will help me, and the principles that I've adopted that have compromised me. Man, have I adopted some principles in my life that have compromised my growth. I've always called myself a late bloomer, but maybe I'm where I'm supposed to be. But there have been some principles that I've adopted that have not served me, and I'm releasing those things that have not served me. I'm learning to look for things that no longer serve me and letting those things fall off, releasing those things, adopting some new interest, um, and investing in myself and setting some new intentions for myself, making waves in the pool, making waves in the ocean for me. And for you too, as well, because this is going to be a journey that I'm hoping and I'm claiming that lots of you, lots and lots and lots of you will share with me. But this is just episode 1. And so I just want to talk about something that I've kind of hinted to, but um, I wanted to talk. Let me look down at my little notepad about showing an interest in what you want to happen for you instead of regulating your interest and energy on what's happening to you. A lot of times, in life, we um, haven't experienced a negative one, but we spend a lot of energy in sort of regurgitating that particular experience, so much so that it becomes the experience, that particular thing that we're interested in, and we place no energy in moving away from that experience. That could be a negative experience. If you had a bad relationship, a bad encounter, a bad job, a bad anything, and we settle in it, we sit and we recline in that thing that's happening to us currently. Everybody's been in a spot where something's happening to you currently. But how long have you kind of laid and reclined in it? How long have you talked about why you don't have what you have? How long have you talked about, well, my mom never did this, so I don't have that? How long have you talked about, well, I wasn't given an opportunity, and so I'm still here? Or how long have you talked about trying to get things together so that you can, move forward in years and years, or, months and months, or whatever, a period of time goes by and you're still talking about what's happening to you. You've not done something because of something. You've not moved because you're waiting on something. You've not changed because you can't do this, right? There's always something that we can do. So we recycle our energy on where we are, and we never set any intention or put forth any energy just from the breath that comes out of our mouth on what we want to happen for us. If we just started speaking, just speaking, which is free, which is just effort, which will turn into energy. If we start speaking about what we want to happen for us, taking the energy and the negativity and the pessimistic nature and the stagnant and the procrastinatory nature away from what's happening to us, what if we gathered all of that, swept all of them crumbs in the dustpan, threw it in the trash, and started talking about what we want to happen for us, speaking in a positive, affirmative manner of what we want to happen for us? I've been wanting to do a podcast for over a year. I said last March, I'm going to start a podcast. And I bought this mic about a year ago, almost a year ago. And I would pick it up and I would turn it on and video myself. And I swear, it is amazing, you know, I could talk to somebody about something. Somebody could tell me a problem, and I mean, I'm like on that thing. Does not take me a long time to figure out, other than the set of facts. The solution kind of comes to me, or the bit of consulting information that I want to share comes to me. But man, I turned this light and this mic on. It was like I didn't have a brain. It was like the light inside my head turned off, right? That's a whole nother story and experience. But anyway, so pulling away from the conversation and the attitude and the nature of what's happening to you and extending your energy forward, moving forward, start taking baby steps, verbalizing what you want for yourself. I bought this mic a year ago, just about, and I tried it, and but my mind would fall dead, and I felt unworthy. My issue was is I felt unworthy. I felt like nobody would listen, nobody would care. And at the end of the day, I'm at the point now where I don't even really care, because this sort of expression now is just kind of for me. It's just kind of for me to get it out. It's just kind of for me to feel good. It's a fulfilling thing for me. And so I just put it down, because I was just like, what are you doing? Who's going to care? Who's going to get it? Not thinking about just for me, but I was thinking about other people before I was thinking about me. I was trying to feed other people before I was trying to feed myself. And at this point, I'm ready to feed myself. I'm ready to nourish myself. I'm ready to invest in myself. Because if I can't do any of that here, then I can't do any of that there. Not in a healthy way, not in a sincere way, not in a way that presents the best me. So this is me investing in me, so that I can hopefully find some investors out there, you know, some self investors, or some people that I can invest into. I want to help. I want to sow. I want to be an inspiring individual. And so I couldn't do that without picking up this mic. I couldn't do that without messing up the first time or the second time, right? So this is me picking up my mic and participating in what I want to happen for me, and not what's happened to me over the past year. It's a set of facts, but it's nothing that I'm no longer going to resonate, spend time talking about, rehashing. I'll use it as a bulletin board of experience. But now I'm investing, I'm moving forward. And I guarantee you, after getting this out, after getting this recorded, the next one will be easier. So if you spend a lot of time talking about what's happening to you, take that energy, because all it does is it settles you in the recliner. I mean, you tried to, we have a recliner upstairs, and man, those things are comfy. But in order to get out of them, right, they're electric. You press the button, but you can't just pop up out of them. So once you get in a recliner, you get settled, and it takes you a while to climb out of that recliner. So I said all that to say, the more energy you spend settling into the negativity, your recliner of negativity, it it takes some effort to get out of it. It's doable, but just don't get comfortable. Don't recline in your negativity, right? Use the energy and invest and move forward with some verbal effort, some intention, some movement, some action, and what you want to happen for you. It's energy. And conversation is energy. Conversation is energy. And so stop spending conversational energy on what hasn't happened. Spend conversational energy on what you want to happen for you. Be interested in for you, not what's happening to you. Unless that's what's happening to you, unless you're already in that place, already in that place of self fulfillment, already in that place of giving back your gift, your creativity. Unless you're in that place, and even then, You're never done. You're never growing. You're never done growing. You're never done being creative. You're never done evolving as long as you're a living human, right? There's always an extension that's growing, and there's always an extension of you to share. So be interested in that. Put your interest forward and not in the reclining position of your negativity or in the negative aspect of what's happening to you. I hope that made sense for somebody. This was my third time trying to tell y'all this, so I hope somebody got something. So, again, if I didn't say that at the beginning, this is the Secrets Podcast. I am your host, Tiffany C. Gaines. Um, that's my inspiring mother back there on the wall. Superintendent Gaines, not superintendent of a school district. She was superintendent of Sunday school. That's right. Anyway, she passed away 2019. So, anyway, Secrets Podcast. I'll see you back here again next week. My wife is calling. I guess that's time for me to go. Thanks.